Hi, my name is Nancy Quarcelino. I'm a PGA and LPGA professional and one of Golf Magazine's top 100 teachers. Today, I'm out on the golf course with you to help you lower your scores. How am I going to do that? I'm going to help you get out of trouble. Yeah, I said it. You go play golf, and if you don't get in trouble, that's great. But I guarantee you, you're going to get it into the trees, you're going to get it in a bunker, and you may not know how to get out of it. So, grab your pen and paper, maybe even grab your club. Come join me on the golf course, and I'm going to help you lower your scores. Good luck. What if you've hit the ball from the tee into another fairway and you've got to draw the ball around some trees to get back to your own fairway? Well, you've got to know a couple things about a draw shot. Number one, it's going to go lower than normal and it's going to go longer than normal. So you've got to make sure that you get the appropriate club for the loft to make sure you don't hit any trees when you go around this tree. The next thing you want to do is you want to aim your ball to clear any of the trees. And what you want to do is you want to get a spot in front where you're going to pick to line up your club face to aim to clear that tree. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to get the club face and you're going to turn it to the fairway position you want to be in. So I'm going to aim to the right of the tree to clear the tree. I'm going to grip the club and close the club face and aim it back to my fairway, and I'm going to grip it in that position. Now, I must remember to swing to the right of the tree and let the club face draw the ball around. I will play the ball position slightly back in my stance to help this shot, and my follow through is going to be low so I don't get it real high at that tree. And that's how you're going to get the ball back in your own fairway. What if you've hit your ball off the tee and it's land in a green side bunker and you're faced with an uphill lie to get to the flag? Well, you need to make sure you have the correct club in your hand. This ball's going to go higher and shorter than normal. So you can hit any of the wedges, like your lob wedge, your sand wedge, or your gap wedge. Just remember, it's going to go higher and shorter. Next, we want to play the ball position off the inside of our front foot, maybe even in the middle, somewhere where it's going to connect going up toward the hill. You want to make sure you get a good footing with your feet, and you want to slope your shoulders, your hips, and your knees with the angle of the hill. So ball position middle to front, sloping your shoulders. You can either square your club face of your wedge or open it slightly depending on how close the flag is to you. And you're going to swing this shot steeply and finish really high along the slope of the sand. The ball will come out high and will sit right on the green. What if you've hit the ball off the tee, it lands in the rough, and it's right up next to a tree, and it's even on the root of the tree? Well, first of all, I'm right-handed, and this is a tough shot for me to make. Well, so let's go backward with this shot. Well, I'm going to head this way. I'm going to put my back to my target. I'm going to pick a club that's going to make sure that I get out into the fairway. So I'm going to pick enough club to get it through the rough and into the fairway. I'm going to place my stance, my heels, right up to the edge of the ball. And I'm going to put the club and I'm going to grip it so that it's gripped right across my arm, and I'm going to hang on to the club low with the club face pointing toward the fairway and the club resting up against my arm. And I'm going to make a swinging motion like this to hit this ball right back out into the fairway. key is you got to play the ball position on your heel for this shot, because you don't want to hit yourself if you play it off the toes. So set up to it, put the club right above where the ball's going to be, so you don't want to move the ball. You want to take a couple of nice little practice swings with your arm, and you're going to hit it back to the fairway. And that's how you're going to hit the backward shot when you can't hit from right-handed. What if you've hit your ball from the fairway and it's land in a greenside bunker, but it's close enough to this edge for a right-handed golfer, you got to keep your feet out of the bunker? Well, it's kind of a fun shot, so let's see what we have to do to make this happen. Well, the ball's definitely below my feet, so I've got to get to that shot by either bending over, which I would lose my balance by doing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to widen my feet and I'm going to flex my knees. Now I'm going to play this ball position like it was in the middle of my stance. I'm going to select my lob or my sand wedge for this shot, and I'm going to open up this club face. And I'm going to open up this club face, play it in the middle, really widen my stance, and just bend at the knees. And as I swing this club, I'm going to pick it up very steeply on a backswing, because I need a descending blow into this shot. Steeply back, steeply through, and coming up really high with my wrist. And by staying down, using a lot of wrist, I'm going to get the ball up and onto the green. What if you've hit the ball off the tee and your ball's landed on a downhill slope and you're looking at a short pitch over water to get to the green? What do? Well, anytime that you're on a downhill lie, this ball is going to go lower and farther than normal, so you're going to want to take a lofted wedge for this shot. The next thing you want to do is you want to play the ball position in the middle of your stance to back of your stance, because this club is going to ground closer to the top of the hill than it will to the bottom of the hill. You also want to get your shoulders, hips, and your knees level with this hill. Again, playing the ball middle to back, leveling your shoulders, hips, and knees, knowing the ball is going to go lower and farther. When you hit this onto the green, it may release and roll a little bit more. Now, this distance of a pitch is going to be a little bit more like a full swing, so I'm going to come on up to a bigger full swing position to get this over the water and onto the green. And you want to finish low with this shot to keep it from hitting thin and not going over the green.